So yesterday, during the Israeli Prime Minister's address to Congress, protesters were doing their thing and doing more than they needed to do, in my opinion, defacing monuments by spray painting Hamas and Hamas's symbol on statues and setting the American flag on fire, and in some instances holding up or trying to replace it with the Hamas flag. Really? Today, members of Congress did the right thing, gathered to put the American flag back up where it was torn down, defaced, and burned. Then they recited the Pledge of Allegiance. One of them was Texas Republican Representative Dan Crenshaw, and he did what he's always done. He served his country, and he joins us now. Congressman, I appreciate what you did, and I appreciate you taking the opportunity to explain how you see it. You know, obviously you fought for our right to protest and for people to say things that maybe you don't like and maybe you disagree with. But what do you think is going on with this robust move, not just toward a free Palestine, but somewhat sympathetic to a terror organization?
Yeah, I mean, there's multiple layers there. You know, first off, I want to give credit to Congressman Brandon Williams from New York. It was his idea to gather a bunch of veterans, and hey, let's, you know, it was kind of last minute. We're ending votes at like 10:30 at night. Let's go over there and put those flags back up. You know, we have some in our offices. Let's go do it. And then the Capitol, or not Capitol, but the DC police were very helpful. They let us do it. And I think it was a really good moment and good for people to see. Yeah, who are these people and where do they come from? I mean, they're not DC locals, first of all. They're bussed in by these radical groups. And where do those radical groups get their money? Well, I just wonder. It might be Iran. Iran has an interest in attacking the U.S. I mean, and I mean that in every sense. It's not just a kinetic sense, but it's also attacking what we hold dear, attacking our ideology, attacking who we are, making us question it, making us question our friends and our allies and where we come from. So they bust all these people in. Many of them got violent. There was a lot of arrests. There was a lot of pepper spray used. There was assaults on police. And, you know, look, free speech is free speech. We also have the right, by the way, to retort that they are useful idiots, just as Prime Minister Netanyahu called them. He said something along the lines of, if you are using Iran's funding to advocate for a terrorist group, you are nothing more than a useful idiot, or at least highly radicalized. And I'm not sure what they're even doing here in the first place, because you're aligning yourself with an ideology and an Iranian state, an Iranian government that has wanted the demise of the United States ever since 1979. Israel just stands in their way. We're actually their primary target.
So when people are saying, yeah, but what's happening in Gaza is horrible. It's mostly women and kids. It's gone on too long, too severely, and they're all our weapons. And America should care about the oppressed more than this.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's a lot of splitting of hairs there. I mean, it's not all our weapons, of course. It's mostly Israeli weapons. It's definitely not mostly women and children. It's mostly combatants. But this is war, and it's a really, really bad war, and it's a dense urban war. And to root out a terrorist organization that refuses to surrender, after, by the way, they brutally murdered over 1,200 Israeli civilians, you're going to get a very, very bad situation. I wish there was a third option, but Israel is in a position where they either choose not to defend themselves from this horrific attack, or they engage and actually defend themselves, and Hamas uses women and children as human shields. Oftentimes, they won't let those women and children out of the neighborhoods that the Israelis are trying to do operations in. They won't let that aid in. Now, of course, the other side simply denies these facts. And, you know, and you're sort of just left hanging. You're either on one side or the other. You can advocate for a ceasefire, but the thing about a ceasefire, y'all, is that takes two. That takes two to tango. You can't just wish for peace. You know, you can't just say, well, you should give up, and then that's peace. Well, of course that's peace if you just give up. If you just say, okay, well, fine, Hamas will continue to exist, and we'll just wait for the next attack. We'll wait for the next barrage of rockets over civilian neighborhoods, or wait for them to use gliders in and fly in and kill a bunch of innocent civilians who are at a rave. Or burn babies alive. We'll just wait for that. You know, that's a ceasefire has to mean something, and it has to mean Hamas giving up and ceding their power to another to some other authority in Gaza.
Congressman Crenshaw, again, thank you for taking the time to put the flag back up. It is a moment worth seeing and worth discussing. And thank you for giving us context to how you see the situation as well. Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.